Yo, it's your boy Jordo TWFS, man, myth, and legend, but you already knew that. And today, I'm doing things a little different. Today, this isn't a speedrun, this isn't a bully clip, a random short video from work. Today, I'm doing an album review, as you could tell by the title and the thumbnail and that little intro. I just listened to Siamese Dream by Smashing Pumpkins. And I gotta let you guys know what my thoughts are. It's more than I should type. I feel like that's the impact this album left. I went into it with very high expectations, so let me give a bit of a brief background before I get into the review. Good friend of mine, the Bully Maniac, we discuss music a lot, like a lot. Like, I feel like lately probably 70 to 80% of our conversations consist of just talking about music, joking about it, saying things we love, things we hate, things of that nature. And inevitably, since he's a fan of Smashing Pumpkins, it was bound to come up. And eventually it did, and he recommended them to me. And so I know a little bit about Smashing Pumpkins, but not a whole lot. You know, I came into this album, you know, not having too much, you know, base knowledge about the band. I just know the name, you know. It's a household name. I know of Smashing Pumpkins. You couldn't tell me to name 3 songs, but I knew of them. And I heard like bits and pieces of, 1979 in passing. So, you know, I have very basic, low-level knowledge of the band, but because of the fact that this good friend, who this review is actually dedicated to, because of the fact that he recommended it to me, I just felt I hold his musical opinion very highly, because we've got pretty similar tastes as far as rock music goes. So if there's something that he's gonna tell me I should listen to, I'm gonna fucking listen to it, bitch. And I mean, that's basically what happened. Originally, he sent me the song Geek USA. That was the first Smashing Pumpkins song I'd ever heard. Absolutely loved it. Was blown away by the instrumentation and lyrics, which is something that I'll dive into as the review begins. And basically, the simple overview for this is that I'm going to go from track to track, giving my initial thoughts. I actually took some notes in the midst of this, so like I said, we can just go from track to track. I'm just gonna let you know right now that I love this album. It's fantastic, and it's gonna be one of those albums, one of the special musical projects that I can listen to from start to finish and it never feels like a slog. I enjoyed thoroughly each and every song on this album. This is one of the most complete albums that I've ever listened to, and I really appreciate that. It's for a number of reasons, but again, I'm gonna get into that. So let's start with the first track on the album, Cherub Rock. I believe this is a single. As I listened to this album, I went and I was on Genius.com and I was looking at the lyrics. Did my best to stay away from the annotations, because whenever I listen to new music, I like to find my own meanings or my own interpretation of the lyrics. Then after a couple of listens, if I like the album enough, then after a listen or two, and I'm really invested in the artist, I go back and I look into the actual lore, where the lyrics were coming from. And I just want to say right now that I cannot wait to do that. Like, when I can't wait to do that with Smashing Pumpkins. I can't wait to dive into the mindset of a young Billy Corgan, because honestly, the lyrics on this thing are just, they're crushing. Just very emotional. Very, just from a place of, you can tell, you can feel it, you can hear it in his voice. Just, this is a damaged person. And I know that because I myself am a damaged person. And I can tell that this is coming from the place of someone that's been through some shit. So, I said here in my notes, fantastic opener, gives a great vibe, and overall made me happy to listen to. I also noted that Billy Corgan's voice is very weird, and it's hard to understand what he's saying, most of the time, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, that was the first thing I noticed about Smashing Pumpkins. Two things. One, it's heavy, and that's what I like. This is the perfect amount of heavy. See, that's one of the main things I love about this album. I like heavy music. I don't like music that's too heavy. It's kind of hard to explain and really stupid, but I don't know. It's just perfect. The sound that spans the vast majority of this project is just amazing, and I love it because it's heavy, the right amount of heavy, and the lyrics match. You know, it's hard for me to get into metal per se because it seems like most of the metal that I've listened to, it was really hard, the instruments were really good, but in a lot of cases the lyrics were kind of lacking, or it didn't resonate with me as much. With this, a lot of these things I can relate to, a lot of these things and topics I can be empathetic towards. It's just great. But yeah, very strong opener. Just, it gave me good vibes, and just, yeah. So let's move on to Quiet. Another great song. The lyrics were even more intense, heartbreaking, as I put it in my notes. And I said, holy shit, that solo. At this point, honestly, I'm high as shit, so I can't even remember what the solo was. I just know that I was taken aback by it. Today, I said, another great song with powerful lyrics. I'm starting to appreciate Billy's voice. His inflections and overall tone are unique. I can see some people perceiving this as bad singing, but it's really more than that. It's raw emotion, and with lyrics to match. And see, I just put it all out right there. I mean, by this third track, I'm starting to already appreciate and just understand Billy's voice for what it is. It's distinct. It doesn't sound like anyone else that I've heard. And so when I listen to my first couple of songs, I'm gonna be a little put off by it because it's not conventional singing. But when I put two and two together, that being his voice and the lyrical content, it's just that's that, and I grow to enjoy it. Now, granted, if I wasn't on Genius and I wasn't like reading the lyrics, I wouldn't know half the shit the motherfucker is saying. But I can already tell you right now, this is gonna be one of those albums that I love to sing along to, and like I can't wait to learn these lyrics. Those are the two things. I love to learn lyrics, and I love to learn the lore of bands and stuff. Moving on to Hummer, the fourth track of the album. I said in my notes, same shit, just taken aback by the instrumentation and vibes. Love the transition before the last verse. Alright, so this was one of the Genius annotations that actually got by me. Like I said, I was trying to avoid them so I could make my own interpretations, but I accidentally read the headline of this song, and it basically explained that the switching of like the transitions between verses and like the switch up of the sound is a trademark of Smashing Pumpkins, which, I mean, I would have found that out one way or another, but before I even saw that, I was already appreciating how just through the course of a song, it's not a constant. It's not just verse hook, finish song. It's more nuanced. It brings more to the table than that, and that's just something I really appreciated. So Hummer, another great song. For Rocket, I didn't really have anything to say. I literally just said same shit, man, because that's what it is. Like, I can't really, there's not a whole lot I can say about this album. It's just good from start to finish. Just fantastic all the way through. Disarm. This is what I said. I said, fuck. This is powerful. Totally unexpected sound. And this is such a unique track compared to everything else I've heard this far. Same strong ass lyrics. This is definitely one I'll be coming back to. And yeah, I didn't expect the acoustics. I definitely didn't expect the fucking, what you had in the back. It was some string instrument. I'm assuming a violin. But just, when I say powerful, I really mean powerful. Like, it was just strong, man. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It was just fucking strong, god damn it. Let's go on to Soma. I said perfect follow-up to Disarm and segue back into that heavy sound. Just beautiful. Can't put it any better than that. Geek USA. First SP song I've heard, and it sounds even better in the context of this album. Not much to say that I haven't already said. This will probably go down as my favorite Smashing Pumpkins song, just like The World Has Turned and Left Me Here was for Weezer. The commonality being that both songs brought me on a journey. Here I am enjoying a fantastic album, and I wouldn't be doing that had it not been for this song. I said it all there. That's my emotion. And I genuinely mean it when I say that it hit different, man. In the context of hearing, I don't even know what track, I guess this is like probably like the 9th track or something, I lost count, but just with everything else in mind, man, that is a fantastic fucking song. Definitely a highlight on this album. It's a fantastic song. I love it. Mayonnaise. Mayo. Mayonnaise. Mayo stain. I said, a song named after one of my favorite sandwich condiments should not hit me this hard in the feels, but it does, and I love that. That's how I feel about it. It was a great song, just, you know, along the same thing I've been telling you over and over again. Space Boy. I said, in all caps, what the fuck? Why is this so beautiful? This album has yet to bore me at any point. It's constantly staying fresh by switching up the sound at the perfect moment to keep me sharp, tuned in to every line. And it's just that. Fucking, I was into it the whole time. Let's see, Silverfuck. One of those super long songs that just never overstays its welcome due to the variety. And yeah, that's a song that, again, going back to the transitions, it's just perfectly implemented. Sweet Sweet. Nice song. Another one that made me smile. And that's what it was. Another one with largely acoustic guitars, probably acoustic through the whole thing if I'm not mistaken. I can't even remember at this point because my brain cells are currently dying as this recording progresses, but yeah, that's that. Luna. I said beautiful closer to a beautiful yet tragic album. And that about sums it up. That about sums it up. I'm kind of pissed at myself for not listening to Gish, because I'm the kind of person that likes to listen to everything in chronological order, but I did it on TBM's recommendation, so I kind of cut myself some slack here. But goddamn, man, that is a good ass album, and I feel it just probably having the same effect as Weezer. When I first listened to the Blue album, it was like, holy shit, that's good. Let me listen to some more. Let me learn about this artist. And I did just that. Now they're my favorite band. It's become a part of my life. I could see the same thing happening with Smashing Pumpkins, because this album left that much of a good impression. I don't know, I want to learn more about this bald fucker. And what does he have to do with wrestling? Like, where did that come from? Like, how are you a rock star and, like, owner of NWA? I don't get that. But, whatever. I don't really have too much else to say. I just want to give a quick shout out to anyone that sat through this slog of a fucking review, I guess. I don't know. I also want to give a big shout out to the Bully Maniac, the person that this review is inspired by. And have a good one. If you got through to the very end of this, I really appreciate that. And I had a good time, you know, vocalizing my thoughts and everything. And it's currently 1:57 a.m., so I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah, thank you for watching.